I'm here with the famous Jeremy Cohen. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great, making the best of a unfortunate situation. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. First off, I want to congratulate you for the New York Magazine cover. It's the Rooftop Quarantine series. Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my first ever cover, and it felt amazing to get. So I looked out my window and saw this girl dancing, perhaps to a TikTok song. I needed to say hi to her, so I waved out on my balcony. She waved back.
Can you tell us some of the background, how you got it, and can you tell us about why you chose the photos that you chose and what it means to you?
I'm a very outgoing, social person. As a freelance photographer, I'm traveling a lot too. So I'm always like out and about, going to, my friends' birthday parties or art events or, traveling for work. I'm not at home a lot, slowing down. So when the quarantine happened and I was stuck alone in my apartment, being in a box, I found actually inspired creativity. So what happened was I was just looking out my window a lot and I noticed people started to go to their roofs and do all these activities that I never noticed before that probably weren't even happening before. It was most likely because of the quarantine. Gyms were closing down and yoga studios were closing down. And so people were going to their roofs to work out and do yoga, do a jog, like going or jog around in a circle or reading, playing music. All these things that they wouldn't normally do up there, they started to do because it's the one safe place to go if you're going to go outside and need a fresh breath of air. And I thought this was really interesting. So as a photographer, I was like, wow, I want to make a series out of this. So I started documenting these people and I was looking out my window all the time because of it throughout the day. It was my main focus. I was inspired to create during this quarantine. And yeah, that's how I started the series.
So is this where and how you met the lucky lady?
This is how as well. Yeah, because I was looking out my window a lot and that's when I noticed Tori, who was dancing on the roof across the street from me.
Okay, so you just said the name. I'm not sure if that's breaking news or not, and I saw it was in an article, but it's Tori. And tell us how you met Tori.
So I met Tori by going out on my balcony and waving to her. And she waved back and we exchanged smiles from roof to roof. And I just felt this energy, this connection. So I wanted to, get in touch with her. So I put my number on my drone. I wrote it on a piece of paper and taped it on. Ran up to my roof and flew my drone across the street, landed it on her roof. She got my number and texted me. And then, we've been texting since. And we've been on 2 dates while still respecting social distancing.
And so tell us about that. So you posted the videos and you posted it to TikTok. Did you have experience with TikTok before?
So I downloaded TikTok. Well, I think I downloaded it in January, and then I started posting videos on it in February, so last month.
So what kind of reaction did you get when you posted this video of you sending the drone with the note? What was the reaction?
Yeah, the video, I didn't expect the video to blow up, but it started to get traction and started to get more and more views. And then it got 1 million views, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then it got 2 million views, and then it just kept going up and up. And I didn't expect it, and it was crazy. And I checked in with Tori because I wasn't sure if she was okay. I still don't know her all that well. But I was concerned that she might not want to be in this position. So I immediately messaged her. I'm like, hey, our video's going kind of viral. Are you okay with this? Because if not, we could totally talk about it, delete it, whatever. And she was all about it. She loved how it was a positive. It was a positive story in the news where we don't have a lot of positive, good news stories in the news right now. So
it's not just one video; it's a multiple part video. So walk us through part 2 and there's a part 3, right?
Yeah. So the part 2 and 3 are the 2 dates that I took her on. So after
the dates were very interesting.
Yeah, I never expected this to be a series or a video, whatever. I made a video out of it because I've been getting into TikTok. So I was like, oh, I should just make this experience into a TikTok. And then I got the response from the first video. I was like, okay, there'll be a part 2. And then, or you know what? Actually, I think I knew there was going to be a part 2 because I knew I wanted to ask her out on a date, but I didn't realize the response. So I knew I had to make the date happen sooner than later. So 2 days later, I made the date happen.
So part 2 of the date was fairly romantic. Can you walk the viewers through?
Oh, I'm a romantic. I always want dates to be romantic, but this had to be creatively romantic because I couldn't get close to her. I had to be far away, but still go on a date with her. I didn't know what to do. So that's when I came up with the idea I asked Tori for her roommate's number because I knew Tori and her roommate from talking to Tori that they were very close. So I got her number and I coordinated with her to set a little surprise dinner on the roof where we originally waved. With a nice little bottle of wine and a tablecloth, and I ate on my balcony while she ate on her roof, and then we FaceTimed and had conversation while we had dinner.
And then so date 3 though, you took it to the next level. And
I had to take the next level. I needed to one-up myself.
And so tell us about the 3rd date where you were stopped by the police on the 3rd one.
Yeah, so I actually, a lot of people have been asking this question, how do I just have a bubble lying around? So I'm also kind of I'm turning into a conceptual artist a little bit. Like, as you can see, actually, I have a bunch of pizza boxes in the background here. I'm trying to beat the world record for most pizza boxes held at once. So that's my next project. But so I saw this bubble online and I wanted to, I thought it would be a cool thing to experiment with during the coronavirus because it's a safe way to go out in public and also make some people smile, So I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it, but I just bought it and then I forgot about it and then it came in the mail and I was like, oh my God, this would be perfect for the 2nd date. I cannot wait. So I didn't know if it would work and thank God it did.
And so when it worked, you dressed in the bubble suit, you went outside of the apartment, and did you surprise her? Did she have any clue you were going to be dressed in a bubble suit?
She had no idea. Completely surprised her.
And what was the reaction?
She loved it. We went for a walk in the neighborhood as our 2nd date. I was in a bubble, so we wouldn't be close, but we could walk within 6 feet while still respecting the social distancing because there was a bubble. So yeah, it was, I think the biggest misstep of the date was that we couldn't have much conversation because through the bubble, you can't really hear that well. I have to yell. But we did share so many laughs. We just laughed the whole time pretty much while we walked in the neighborhood because, the police thing happened and then everyone outside, out their windows was looking at us like, oh my God, there's a bubble. And we just kept cracking up the whole time.
And the police thing is the police wanted to take a photograph with you because they saw you on the news and knew it went viral.
Well, so I thought I was gonna get in trouble because 6 police cops were coming up to me and I was like, oh, they probably think this isn't a good thing to do during this time. It's not a good, they might've thought it was a prank. I don't know. But they came up and they're like, oh wait, you're the guy from Channel 4 News last night because I was on the local news. We were on the local news the night before. So they recognized both of us and then we took a selfie with them and then they let us on our way.
That's so good. And the other thing that didn't work out as you planned was you couldn't hand her the flowers because you were the bubble.
Exactly, unfortunately. So I still have the flowers with me. I don't know what to do with them. I don't have a vase big enough to hold them. So they're just, I don't know what to do with them. I still have them.
Any dating tips that you have for individuals home who are quarantined?
Yeah, just I'd say the biggest tip is, be creative. Think outside the box a little bit. And we have all this technology at our fingertips that we could communicate with other people. It doesn't have to be a dating app. You could get creative in ways that you meet people. And I'd even argue now's a better time than ever to date because we could still FaceTime date. We could just get so creative with any types of dates virtually and actually get to know the person before any physical interaction or any pressure of having that physical interaction on the first date. You could actually get to know them without any pressure. So I think it's great.
Like a larger version of that show on Netflix where they have to talk behind the wall. Now.
Yeah, is that the Love Is Blind?
Love Is Blind.
Yeah, I haven't watched it ever, but I've heard people love it. Also hate it, but it's it's a good social experiment, I hear.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for bringing optimism, positivity, some laughs, and good times during these difficult times.
Absolutely. Always need to see the silver lining. And one more thing I'd like to say is, even though we live in strange, sad times right now, I think it's okay to still be happy and find joy in moments. We don't have to, it's okay to feel sad, but it's also okay to feel happy. We could find some distractions to give us some smiles here and there. So I hope this video spreads some smiles as well as a little distraction, and find your own. I encourage everyone to find their own little distraction. It's okay to smile in it.